It was carnage at Vale for Ailey Matthews, despite winning the toss for the first time in the series and arguably the best batting pitch so far, and having lost both matches while batting second, she still decided to put Australia into bat first. West Indies have made 4 changes to their playing 11, giving those players who have not yet played so far an opportunity to play in the final match of this T20 series. So in comes Manny Mangru, Shanisha Hector, Zadia James, and Ebony Brathwaite. Out goes Shemaine Camber, Stephanie Taylor, Chinelle Henry, and Charisma Ramarak. Hello everyone, this is the Cricket Forum, the Caribbean #1 cricket channel with this live watch-along of the third T20 International between West Indies and Australia from Honest Vale in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. A good crowd of turnout for this third match, in which the Australian opener, Val, make 100. Yes, I was about to start the watch-along at 6:35 as promised, but I could not do a watch-along when an opponent is nearing 100. So Georgia Val, before she was bowled by Ailey Matthews, she made 101 from 53 deliveries, hitting 9 fours and 6 sixes, as Australia made 211 for 7 of their 20 overs. Beth Mooney made 11, Phoebe Litchfield made 15, Elise Perry, she made 18, Taylor McGrath continued to struggle, she made 2, Nicola Carey was not out on 24, Georgia Wareham, she made 1, she was also bowled by Matthews, and Sophia Melanie, the captain. It's the first time that she's either batting or bowling in the series, and she showed you what she can do. She made 25 from 12 deliveries, 2 fours and 2 sixes. Australia 211 all out. The West Indies bowling. Zaida James, 3 overs, no maiden, 1 for 23. Jazara Claxton, 3 overs, no maiden, 2 for 37. Shanisha Hector, 1 over for 13 runs. Deandra Dottin, 3 overs, no maiden, 1 for 39. Ailey Matthews, 4 overs, no maiden, 3 for 29. The captain was impressive again, following up her half century in the second match. Affleck Fletcher bowler 4 overs for 40 runs. Alia Lane bowler 2 overs for 25 runs, with 17 coming off her last over, her second over. I want to make a point about Alia Lane. We have seen match after match, Alia Lane will get 1 over. That over will probably go for 8 or 9. Her first over today went for 8. And she usually does not get a second over. How then can she improve if you are only giving her 1 over per match? You have to bowl her more. So I was not surprised that giving her the 19th over to bowl in cases where this young lady has only been bowling 1 over per match, how then and what do you expect to happen when you give her the 19th over to bowl? It makes no sense to me, no cricketing sense. And so it was not surprising that she was taken to the cleaners in that 17th over. The players are on the field. Quiana Joseph is about ready. A short third man and the backward point, the sweep on the cover boundary, the extra cover and the mid-off. Those are the 5 on the off side. The short third man, the backward point, the sweep on the cover boundary, extra cover and mid-off. Megan Schutz bowls to her outside the off stump. She played it to extra cover, and there is no run. So very, very tall order for the West Indies. This, as I said, I believe is the best batting pitch thus far in the tournament. And I hope that West Indies would be able to give a good account of themselves in this match. Megan Schultz bowled Quiana Joseph. She's gone. She swung across the line of a full pitch delivery, and she's out bowled. And West Indies are 1 wicket down for no runs as Quiana Joseph just simply swung across the line, head in the air, not looking at the ball, and she's gone. Gone for not looking to chase 312. Good night, Atina. Good night, Banana Brooks. Or should I say good morning to Banana Brooks? 7 o'clock now in, well, it's still evening. It would be 27. No, it's 19 and 6 is 25. So it will be 1:18 in England. So good to have Banana Brooks here. Athena, our friend in Trinidad, 8:18 in Trinidad. Really have to have here. So DMS Sports, turn your event into a live production. DMS Sports deliver professional, high-definition, 4K multi-camera live stream. They can stream seamless to your social media platform if that's what you want, or they can choose it. They can stream it to their platform, Live Moments Jamaica. They are reliable and ready. Book now and go live. Email the cricketforumja@gmail.com. First delivered to Ebony Brathwaite. She played it to mid-wicket, and there is no run. Jamal Small, good night to you. I was thinking about you all day today because I really need you to deliver that message to Shane Diaz. And I want you to ask him, why is he hiding from the cricket forum? Why is he hiding from Mr. Brown? If he was doing such a good job, why is he hiding? As that was back of a length, and Ebony Brathwaite looks to pull one that was going over her head. She looked to pull it. She was nowhere close to it. It went through to the keeper, Bet Mooney, and there is no run. You know, so I told you they're always listening to me. So when I ask now, why is Shane Dietz hiding from me? They show the camera, the producer show him to say, you know, I don't know if they wanted to say he's not hiding, but that's not what we are talking. We are talking about if he's not hiding, he would come on the cricket forum to let us have a discussion because there are some questions that he needs to answer. So West Indies no run for 1 wicket as Ebony Brathwaite they played the ball to a straight mid-wicket and took off for the singer, and she had to try to make her ground. She dived and the ball hit her on her shoes and it never went to the keeper. That's not obstructing. She was not even looking at the ball. She was trying to get in. So that's not obstructing. Megan Schutt over the wicket, bowls to Brathwaite. Brathwaite played it into the offside and gainly so, and there's no run. I think Ebony Brathwaite is about 17 or 18 thereabout, you know, and she's a known ball beater. Can she beat it at this level is a question that everyone would be able to answer as her career progress. And I wish her a very fruitful career. So West Indies, none for one after 1 over. Quiana Joseph, who Shane Diaz once said was one of the best batswomen in the world, cannot play straight to the ball that pitched up straight. She cannot block the ball that pitched mid and leg to her or on her foot in her body, and it pitched right up. If it is back of a length, she will swing it away. But when it pitched right up, she is unable to come on the front foot and stroke it down the ground. So Hamilton this is her first match in the series. So she's over the wicket, round the wicket, should say, left arm seam around the wicket. Let me get that right. So the left arm seamer is over the wicket to bowl to Matthews. And so Matthews played it down into the deep for a singer, Lucy Hamilton. So her name is Lucy Hamilton, and she's making her debut for Australia. She got her Australian hat today, number 62. So she's a 62nd young lady to play T20 international cricket for Australia. So she's a 62nd T20 international cap player for Australia. Congratulations, young lady, and I wish you all the best in your career. That's Lucy Hamilton. And so too is Ebony Brathwaite. No, I think she make her debut. Did she make her debut against England? I will check it right away. Beaten on the inside edge. She looks at sea, you know. She really looks at sea. She doesn't look compact. She has faced 6 deliveries now, and you know, at no time she looks that she can cope. But we wish her all the best. This is her second T20 international match. She's just about 17 years old and 2 months. She was born on the 15th of January 2009. Hamilton bowls to Brathwaite, and she swings this down to deep mid wicket for 4. She is a ball beater. I told you she's known to be a ball beater. Will she be able to do it at this level? Let's see, but she's known to be a ball beater. And there she was, using her feet, coming out to her fellow, you know, just starting to play T20 international cricket. You know, it's almost like both of them are debutants, you know, because Lucy Hamilton is in her first match and Ebony Brathwaite is in her second match. So Hamilton to Brathwaite. Brathwaite defends down the half side of the pitch, and there is no run. West Indies 5 without loss. Matthews is on 1. 5 for 1. Matthews is on 1 and Brathwaite is on 4. So on May 8th, Lucy Hamilton will be 20 years old. So she'll be 20 years old on May 8th. So there are 2 youngsters. One just turned 17 in January and one will be 20 in May. And she hit this high in the air. I think she's safe, you know. I think so. It goes down towards deep extra cover. It dropped and it plugs. And they came back for 2. She moves up to 6. The score will go up to 7 for 1 at the end of over number 2. 7 for 1 at the end of over number 2. So Ellie need to come down to talk to her, said Jamor Smalls. Yes, Jamor Smalls. Brian Paul, good night. I wish you all the best. Thank you for being here. Yeah, yes, Banana Brooks. Yes. So West Indies. Okay. Oh, I think they were showing you the squad for the ODI, but no, they were showing the playing 11 for this match. Megan Schutt is over the wicket, bowls to Matthews, who steered this into the onside, and she asks Ebony Brathwaite to hurry up and run fast. You are going to the danger end. And again, she fell. This time she took out Beth Mooney, but both of them are up. She's a big, powerful young lady, and she can give it a whack. You know, Matthews just tip and run and call her through and saying, hurry. But I expect a 17-year-old to be faster than that. You know, she was just really lumbering. I expect a 17-year-old to be moving a little faster than that. So Brathwaite is it. She's on 6 from 9. Megan shoots to Brathwaite and she drives powerfully. Cannot beat mid-off. That's Molyneux. She never stopped it cleanly. It went behind her, but, you know, prevent any damage from done. The score remains at 8 for 1 in over number 3. That was a powerful drive by Ebony Brathwaite. So let's see. She's over the wicket, bowls to her, and she played it back down the offside of the pitch. The bowler field in her follow through, and the score remains at 8-1 in over number 2.3. So Megan Schultz here. Yes, Georgia Vol made 101 from 53 deliveries, 9 fours and 3 sixes. I have the update. I have the update from the Grace Kennedy sponsored schoolboy cricket in Jamaica. Back of a length. And she pulls in the here for 6 over deep mid wicket. That's Ebony Brathwaite. She can give it a walk. So it was back of a length from Megan Schultz, and Brathwaite pulled. I don't think that it came right out of the screw. It was what Banana Brooks called a lofted shot, but she had enough power on it. I think it probably got the, you would say, the upper middle portion of the bat, not right out of the screw. But as I told you, she's a powerfully built young lady, and when she hits them, they stayed hit. And so although that ball never came right out of the screw, but Matthews, she's in trouble here. Brathwaite is in trouble here, you know. Wow, she's dug. I hope she has not pulled any muscle, or is it cramp? You know, these things. I am not happy. I am not happy. I am not happy. And I see Brian Paul making the point there that fitness issues is a concern for the West Indies, said Brian Paul. And that is well documented. And I have often made the point that the fitness issue that West Indies players are having, you know, I am let's go. The fitness issues that West Indies players are having are down to we, the fans. Yes, some of us. Not me, because I always support fitness. Yes, and I've always made the point that when West Indies had put a fitness policy in place and they were going to implement the fitness policy, when our favorite players don't get picked, when some of us favorite, not me though, because I am a fitness fanatic. Everyone that I coach will tell you. Some of us used to bash the West Indies. Say, I even heard a well-known talk show host on radio in Jamaica say, doesn't support the fitness standard that West Indies was trying to put in place. Saying that if a man is making 100, why does he need to fit? Because it's cricket fitness is separate from being fit, from football fitness or track and field fitness. I don't agree. I think elite sportsmen and women should have an elite fitness level. And so clearly, to me, I diagnose this as Ebony Brathwaite is being done for cramp. They need to get on with the game, though. She can't be there so long. Either she come off, the umpires need to step in and get on with the game. So, fitness is always a concern. So she's getting ready. So as I promised, I have some update from the Grace Kennedy First Global Bank Grey Shield for urban high school boys and the Grace Kennedy General Insurance Edley Cup Cricket for rural high school boys. So I have the 4 semifinals started today. And as you know, champ starts tomorrow. And the basketball finals was washed out today because of rain in the corporate era. So that has been rescheduled, the basketball final. And so the Edley Cup final starts today. There are 3-day games, 2 innings, and I will give you the close of play score in 3 of those games and a first innings total in 1. I have not gotten the final update on the close of play score in 1 match. So I will start at the end of this over. She swings and miss outside the off stump as Schutz pitched up to Brathwaite. She swings and miss. She's on 12 from 13, 14 for 1. And I know Banana Brooks is very interesting to hear this score because he's a keen follower of schoolboy cricket in Jamaica, and we appreciate it much. So after this over, I will give you the score for the matches. Back of a length, and she pulls wide off mid-on down to the boundary for 4. I told you this girl is a ball beater. She's now 16 from 14. And wow, we wish her all the best. You know, it's important that during this learning phase that we be patient with her. It's very important that we are patient with her during this learning phase. So she's 16 from 14, but she's a ball beater. So the first match is the first Global Bank Grey Shield semi-final 1 between St. Jago High School and Excelsior High School. As you know, St. Jago High School is the team of Vittel Laws. And Vittel Laws that gained popularity from the World Cup. So St. Jago High School batted first. They won the toss and decided to bat first. And Danzaya Juna made 3. Luwayne Price made 21. Wayne Plummer made 6. And hear this. Up and over by Matthews down to the extra cover boundary for 4. West Indies moves up now to 22 for 1. Samuel Berger made 1. Atwan Robinson 1. Rajiv Bacchus not. Omar Palmer not. Raheem Willie 5. Ajani Gardner Morris 4. And Javon Tyrrell 4. Extras 11. Matthews again up and over, down towards the cover boundary for 4 more. She moves up to 10. West Indies 26 for 1. Wow. Haley Matthews, does she? I recall that 135 that she made against Australia as West Indies chased down 200 and had to win. I think in that match, Stefani Taylor made 60 at 2 as West Indies won that match comfortable. Vol comes in, bowls to Matthews off the back foot. She mistimed it this time to covers, and there is no run. So Matthews is on 10 from 5. This is more like it. This is what we want to see our senior batswoman and captain and long may it last. Off the back foot again, she mistimed it. It goes to a backward point, and there is no run. I think she was caught in 2 minds there just now, whether she should go up or over or whether she should try and pierce the gap. So there are 6 on the offside. And then there's a backward square leg and a mid-on. Bowls to Matthews. And Matthews off the back foot played it back to the bowler. And there is no run. So I can tell you that there are 6 fielders on the offside. They are packed in from short third man to mid-off. So there's a short third man. There's a backward point. High in the air. One hand come off the bat. I think she's safe. It bunks away over the fielder running back from mid-off down towards the long-off boundary. Probably held up just about 3 to 4 meters inside the boundary. They came back for 2. The score is 28 for 1 after 4 overs. 28 for 1 after 4 overs. This is the best start that West Indies had thus far. So I gave you the St. Jago batting card. Danzaya Juna made 3. Llewellyn Price 21, Wayne Plummer 6, Samuel Berger 1, Atwan Robinson 1, Bacchus, Ranjiv Bacchus not, Omar Palmer not, Raheem Willie 5, Ajani Gardner 4, Javon Tyrrell 4, extras 11, St. Jago 170 all out. Yeah, 170 all out St. Jago. That's semi-final 1 of the Grey Shield. Lucy Hamilton bolts to Bonnie Brathwaite, who is high in the air. It gone a long way. The fielder going back. She dropped the catch, and they should come back for at least 2. Yes, they came back for 2. You look at that just now, and at no moment you think that she was going to take the catch. Is it Molyneux? It appears so. Let's. Yes. So at no time, but I would almost say that she was not going to take it, Hamilton to Brathwaite on the back foot. She pulls to the field at mid-wicket, just about 5 meters, 5 yards in from the circle. So 30 for 1 after 4.2. Hamilton, none for 9 after 1.2 overs. Brathwaite is at 18 from 16. Matthews is on 12 from 8. It is so good to see 2 West Indies batsmen at the crease, and both of them are striking at more than 100. So there's a short fine leg, there's a mid-wicket, there's a long on and a deep mid-wicket. Brathwaite got a slow delivery and popped it back to the bowler. She was outsmart there by Lucy Hamilton. She was opening up herself for the big shot, and then the slow delivery caught her. She looks ugly, but it was because of the slow delivery. It's her learning phase. She's gone for 18, and I hope she learns from that and take that experience with her. And so that next time she will be looking for the slow ball, and she'll remember what Lucy Hamilton is doing. So Brathwaite gone for 18, but she does show what she can do. It's raw talent. It's raw talent just in its infancy. She's also pretty young. She was 17th in May. She was 17 in January. Yes, so St. Jago 170 all out. I'm sure that you did not hear Vittel Law's name, and you are wondering what Vittel Laws did today because he played for St. Jago. Well, I want to tell you that he was run out for 114 from 106 deliveries, 13 fours and 7 sixes. So St. Jago High, Glasgow coming in at number 4, 170 all out. And as I read through those scores, if you were listening, you were probably saying that, oh, they made 170. Well, Vittel Laws was run out for 114 from 106 deliveries. He was the 9th batsman to get to out. He got out at 162 for 9. So that was the score. St. Jago 170 all out. Excelsior in reply, who are the defending Grey Shield champion, they were 30 without loss. Lucy Hamilton bowled to Glasgow, played it down to backward point. I'll wait and tell you, yes, they have gone through for the singer. So Glasgow is off the mark immediately. 31 for 2, West Indies. 31 for 2. Yes, so St. Jago in reply are 30 for 2. So this is interesting enough. This is very, very interesting. 30 for 2, I think match is on. And Giovanni Gray, he was bowled by Vittel Laws for 8. And Savio Jones, who ran out Laws with a direct hit, was bowled by Omar Palmer for 6. Nicole McKenzie, who's an under 15 player for the Jamaica, is on 4 not out. And the other opener, Xavier Anthony Philpotts, is on 5 not out. So Excelsior 30 for 2 in reply to St. Jago 170. That's semi-final 1 of the Grey Shield. Semi-final 2 of the, I'll give you semi-final 2 after this. After this over. And that semi-final 2 was between Campion College and Jamaica College. bowls, and she just steered this away down to short third man, and they go through for a quick singer. And so end of over number 5, West Indies 32 for 2, 32 for 2 at the end of over number 5. So Campion against St. Diego College, Campion against Jamaica College. Campion were asked to bat first by Jamaica College, who won the toss. Jamaica College won the toss and asked Campion to bat first, and at stump, Campion were 149 for 7. They were 149 for 7 at stump. They lost a wicket there. I think they lost the wicket of Zane Rodney, I think was his name. Yeah, off the final delivery of the day's play. Zane Rodney. And the umpire blunder. He isn't aware of the rule change because it was the first delivery of the final over that Rodney got out. But the rule changes now that the batsman, the incoming batsman, have to come and bat out the over. So there's no longer that if the batsman is out, if a batsman is out during the final over, then that's it for the day's play. No, he has to the over has to be completed, so the batsman has to come out. So when Rodney got out, the game should have continued and the over bowl out, but the umpires blunder. So Campion 149 for 7 at the close of play against Jamaica College. So that's the second semi-final. Right. So we'll go through this over, the final of the power play. Perry, Alicia Perry over the wicket, bowls to Glasgow, flashes outside the half stump and miss. It goes through to the keeper and there is no run. So after this over, I will give you an update on the Headley Cup cricket. That's the Grace Kennedy General Insurance Headley Cup cricket. That is for rural boys. You know, for rural boys. That is for rural boys. I will give it to you in a little while. Yes. No, none of the matches. No contract have been signed for me to stream any of the matches. Hopefully, I will stream the final. Perry bowls to Glasgow, pitched up, and she drives it to mid-off, and there is no run. The score is 33 for 2. Yes, so no contract, no agreement. No agreement, no contract. Pull high in the air. She's going to be out caught. Good catch. So Glasgow goes for one caught at extra cover. The fielder running in takes a nice, neat catch. That's looked to be Litchfield. Is that Phoebe Litchfield? I'm trying to check if it's Phoebe Litchfield. So it was back off a length. Glasgow looks to swing. She was late on the shot. Yeah, that's definitely Litchfield, isn't it? I think so. Yes. Well, the graphics will come up there, but she looks like, yes, Phoebe Litchfield. Yes, definitely Phoebe Litchfield. So she's out. I think so too, Jamor Sumal. She could be a very dangerous batswoman in the future. Just 17 years old, and a lot is expected of her. She's learning, and we only hope that each time she goes out to bat, then she will learn some more. And I want to see someone like Ebony Brathwaite get the type of run that someone like Zayda James got in the team, So we want her to see her get a good 20 games. Just like Zayda James, she got 20-odd games. So we'd want to see that from Brathwaite and see how far it will take her. Thank you, Atina. Please subscribe, share, and like. So, yes, it was good movement, good movement, good safe catch, and she protect the ball. West Indies players would have probably put the ball on the ground. We have seen that so often. So DMS Sports, turn your event into a live production. DMS Sports deliver pro high-definition 4K multi-camera live streaming. They can stream it live to your social media platform if you so chooses, or they can stream it live to Live Moments Jamaica, or if it's a cricket match, it can be streamed to the Cricket Forum. They are reliable and always ready. Book now and go live. Email the cricketforumja@gmail.com. So thank you all for tuning in to the #1 cricket channel in the Caribbean. This is the Cricket Forum with this live watch-along of Australia West Indies third T20 International. Perry over the wicket, bowls to Dottin, who's on our front foot and played it to the field at mid-off, and there's no run. End of the power play. West Indies have lost 3 wickets in the power play. It's all 3, 33 for 3. But the captain is there, and once the captain is there, we are a dangerous team. So in the match between the first semi-final 2 of the Grace Kennedy General Insurance Rural High School Boy Headley Cup cricket competition, in the first semi-final, Manchester, in the second, I think it is designated the second semi-final. In the second semi-final, Manchester I won 24 for 3 at the close of play. All the matches in all 2 matches in Kingston and the one in Manchester, they were affected by rain. So 124 for 3 at the close of play, with Demaria Hall is on 51 not out. So Demaria Hall is on 51 not out. Test forward is on 24 not out too. The captain Pajay Nelson made 10. Kevin Williams made 19, and Cavell Bailey made 7. Jaquan Jackson took 2 for 13th, and the other wicket went to Romario Murphy. So Manchester 124 for 3 at the close of play in semi-final 2 of the Headley Cup, Grace Kennedy General Insurance Headley Cup cricket competition for rural high school boys in Jamaica. Semi-final 2, Manchester I 124 for 3 against Taki at the close of play. Alana King is into the attack. The score is 36 for 3. West Indies have gotten 3 runs off the first 2 deliveries. So Dottin, who's yet to come off the mark, she's on strike, as Ailey Matthews got 2 from the first delivery and a single off the second. So here's Alana King. She has tormented the West Indies team in this series thus far. They are unable to pick her. King comes in now, bowls to Dottin, and Dottin watch the leg break turn and then work it to mid-wicket. They thought about a single, but then went back into their respective crease, and the score remains at 36 for 3. So Manchester 124 for 3. 36 for 3 West Indies. King to Dottin, and Dottin off the back foot, played it back to the bowler. It bunks off her knee and goes to extra cover, but there's no run. The score remains at 36 for 3. Dottin yet to score. Ailey Matthews on 17 from 13 deliveries. West Indies really up against it here. There's a big target of 212 as they allow Georgia Vault to make 100. Comes in now, bowls to Dottin, and Dottin played it back down the offside of the pitch to the bowler, who field, and there is no run. 36 for 3. So Matthews on 17, Dottin on 0. Let's watch now as King comes in, bowls to Dottin, and Dottin was shaping to power that ball, but then it pitched up more than she expected, and she blocked it to backward point, and there is no run. So in the final match, that's semi-final number 1, in the Grace Kennedy General Insurance Headley Cup cricket for rural high school boys in Jamaica under 19, semi-final number 1. Perennial champion Stets recovered from 55 for 5 to be bowled out for 198. So they were bowled out for 198 just after tea. We have not gotten any further update on that match. As of now, we do not know if rain fell or what. We have not received any further update on that match. So I've brought you up to speed with the 4 semi-finals in schoolboy cricket that are taking place in Jamaica, the 2 in urban area and the 2 in rural area. So in one semi-final, St. Jago against Excelsior, St. Jago 170 all out, Excelsior 30 for 2. In the second semi-final, Campion 149 for 7. Off the back foot, she looks to cut, misses, goes through to the keeper. That's dotted. So in semi-final number 2, Campion 149 for 7 at stump on day 1. In semi-final number 2 of the Headley Cup, Manchester 124 for 3 with Damari Hall 51 not out. And in the first semi-final, Stets 198 all out. We have not gotten any further update on that match. So Matthews is on 18. Dutton is on 1, 38 for 3 after 7.3 overs. During the drinks break, I will see if I can get some further information on that match between Stets and Omo Technical. Over the wicket bowls. After back foot goes Matthews. She pulls this down to deep mid-wicket. The fielder, she came to her left and then sends the return in. That's Georgia Wareham. And so 2 more to the total. The score goes up by 2 to 40 for 3. Here is McGrath. She comes in now, bowls to Matthews, and Matthews plays this through the covers. They're going out towards the boundary. The fielder picks up, sends the return in, and the score goes up by 1. 41 for 3, West Indies, 41 for 3. So Matthews is on 21, wide, a very wide delivery ball to Dutton. Umpire signal wide. It was so wide that although it passed her on the full, she was unable to catch up to it, and she just allows it to go wide. 42 for 3 now, 1 to come. Taylor McGrath, the big husky Taylor McGrath, ball to Dutton, who goes back and turn it away through forward of square leg. The keeper gave chase and they're back for 2. Matthews pulled out the dive as the return came in at the non-striker's end, which will now be the striker end, but 2 more to the West Indies, 44 for 3 at the end of 8. So Banana Brooks is saying that GK semifinals playing condition different to the league matches, if I remember correctly. No, it's the same condition. These are 3-day matches. There are 2 innings matches, and they are 3-day matches. I think the only difference is that a pace bowler cannot bowl more than 8 overs in a session. Yes, so in these matches, the pace bowlers, if you are bowling pace, seam, if you are a seam bowler, you cannot bowl more than 8 over in the session. What happened how it is different from the first stage, the group stage, is that a pace bowler, if he bowls 8 over, he needs to rest for 40 minutes before he can bowl again. If he bowls 4 overs, he needs to rest for 20 minutes before he can bowl again. King bowls to Matthews, who uses her feet and hit her over long on for 6. So the West Indies captain just shuffling down the wicket and just hitting it clean as a whistle over long on for 6. She moves up to 27 from 18. West Indies 50 for 3. Good shot. Just leaving her crease down the pitch and hit it over long on for 6. So 27. Yeah, so so it's a semifinals. There are 3-day matches, 2 innings, and these are the big boys. These are the top teams. Matthews again, swing and miss. That taken on the pad as she looks to cross back that, and now she's saying she should have gone straight. And I think that would have been a better shot, of course, if she had gone straight. Lovely. It would have been lovely. 162 from 69 deliveries. Alana King bowls to Matthews deep in her crease and played it in the gap to the left of mid-off. The field on the extra cover boundary comes in and whip the return in hard to Alana King. And King probably didn't happy with that because the Matthews was in her crease and the fielder still whistled the return in. So 2 deliveries to go in this over. So they're making some adjustment to the field. So it's a standard field that they have been using. With the backward point, with the short third man, the backward point, the extra cover, the sweep on the cover boundary and the long off. Down the pitch again, and she hit it over deep mid-wicket for 6 more. Right over the head of the fielder, but she doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's dotting. Capitalizing now and hitting a 6. And it's good to see her strength coming back. So it's good to see that in strength coming back. We are happy for that. Uses her feet down the pitch, over deep mid-wicket, 6 runs. Good shot there. So there's a deep mid-wicket and there's a deep backward square leg. There's a mid-on and there's a short fine leg. Those are the 4 on the onside. The 5 on the offside is a short third man backward point and the extra cover. Off the back foot she goes, cannot beat the backward point. And there is no run. The score is 57 for 3 at the end of 9. 57 for 3. West Indies needing 155 runs to win from 66 deliveries. So Jamor Small, yes, 9 from 11 despite the 6. So at least we want to see some improvement in the strike rate tonight. Yeah, yes. So Matthews is clearly in a better zone right now. 140, she's striking at 140, better zone. It's a big advantage to them, Banana Brooks. Very big advantage to them. I don't see West Indies winning this match. If West Indies win this match, it would be a wonderful night because oh my Lord. Can you imagine West Indies winning this match? I would be, oh, wow. But I don't think it's going to happen though. 155 from 66 deliveries. Oh my God. Back of a length, pull down to deep mid-wicket. It's in the gap. No, straight to the fielder. A singer. Matthews move up to 29. West Indies 58 for 3. Yes, so Vittel Laws crack 100 today. Wow. Some ball beat, man. He beat some ball today. Good to see that. Good to see the young man getting 100. And then he have gotten a wicket thus far. So it's going to be interesting, Going to be interesting tomorrow. Dotting off the back foot, plays this away down towards long on. The fielder comes in, picks up with her one hand. That's Alice Perry. Apparently she owns that fielding position. Because she's always at long on whenever Australia is bowling. Whenever they need a long on, she's always there, 114 from 106 deliveries, 13 fours and 7 sixes, Yeah. Weirham, the second leg spinner in the Australian team. She's over the wicket, bowls to Matthews, and she begins to shimmy. And then Weirham saw her coming and then just fired it in, and she has to stop and get back onto it as it was zeroing in onto middle and leg stump. So Weirham now, she's going to bowl to Ailey Matthews, who's on 29 from 22. Dattin is on 10 from 12. Weirham to Matthews, and Matthews swings this away down to deep mid-wicket, straight to the fielder. 60 for 3 now. She moves up to 30. And she's trying her best here. 9.4 overs have been bowled. She's trying her best. Dotting now is on 10 from 6. Remind you, as you see the West Indies team there on the screen, West Indies down the pitch, taken on the pad, missing leg stump. West Indies made 4 changes to their playing 11 for this match. 4 changes, bringing in Ebony Brathwaite, Zadia James, Shanisha Hector, and Manny Mangru. We are on bowls to Dottin, who reverse sweep. Can't be short third man. They go through for a quick singer. Matthews got there. 10 overs gone. 61 for 3 at the drinks break. Yes, so West Indies brought in Ebony Brathwaite, Zada James, Shanisha Hector, and Manny Mangru. And out went Shemaine Camber, Stephanie Taylor, Chinel Henry. Maybe she has not recovered from the injury. And with the rubber already, with the series already decided, they then decided that it doesn't worth risking her. And the other person to be dropped was Charisma Ramarak. I don't know if any of the players were dropped. I think it's more likely given these players who have not played a game at this time. I agree. I agree, Captain Gray. I agree with you. West Indies can't win this match. Not against Australia. Probably against another team, but not against Australia. They are highly skilled. And it's always a pleasure to have Roxanne Gray here. As I said, I was going to check out, and I need to check out what's the score in the. Need to check out the score. What's in the between Stets and Ormond, because Stets were bowled out from 198, recovering from 55 for 5. I know Ormond started batting, but I don't have the score. So please bear with me while I check out that. Hello, good evening. Yeah. How many Ormond done in the match? All right, done. Yes, rain coming. I said the covers are coming out, so rain is coming. Rain is coming. Rain is coming, man. You know, that's why when, like these matches are playing, these schoolboy cricket matches are playing, and you need to get some pictures from some of them, so that, like all in a rain break here now, I could just upload the video, and and those matches will be played. Let me check out the poll and see what you're saying in the poll. So 60% of you don't agree with the 4 changes, while 40% agree with the 4 changes. I agree with playing the 4 young lady. I agree with playing them. Those have been the 4 person that I leave out. If you look at it, Chinel Henry didn't bat in the second match. And she's a key part of your one-day international team. So, yes, I would leave her out. We know the situation with Stephanie Taylor. She's not the sprightliest of person at this stage in her career. So, yes, give her the break. We know how important that is. And then, so those 2. Charisma Ramarak, she has fallen off in the last 2 matches. She didn't bowl well. So probably a rest to do her well. Again, I don't think she was dropped. I just think that they decided to rest her. You know, give somebody else a chance. Zayda James came in. She bowled well. Her 3 overs went for 25 runs. That's commendable. Yes, she bowled well. There's no doubt about it. 3 overs for 25 runs. For 1 for 23, so even better than I'm giving her. So that's commendable. And Manny Mangu just replaced the keeper. I mean, there's no way anyone who is thinking of any understanding of cricket would play Manny Mangu over Shemaine Camber. It's just purely just giving her a run out. Manny Mangu shouldn't even be in the squad. Yeah, she shouldn't even be in the squad. Honestly, there's nothing to speak of about her why she should be in the squad. You know, sometimes there are other players persons who talk about and said, you know, this player did this from Wapi Kill Phillip, and they still think that should be carrying the player. There's not one innings that you can talk of from Manny Mangu, whether in regional or for the West Indies. There's not one innings. You know, you could look at someone like Shanisha Hector, and you recall the 80-yard she made off something like 40-yard ball 2 years ago. You know, and you could look at Ebony Brathwaite, and you saw her hitting away some ball in this year tournaments. There's nothing about Manny Mangu that you can think of. Absolutely nothing. You know, what I don't know why she's in the squad. Yes, she's there as a backup wicket keeper, but in the same breath, even if you look at it, you can talk about Rashada Williams 70th against South Africa before they hit her in her head. You know, there's something you can point out to these other cricketers, but there's nothing. There's nothing. If there's something about Manny Mangu that somebody can point out that you can remember and said, yes, she did this. Zayda James, you can remember the fifer that she took against India. You know? So you can always point to something. No matter how long ago it happened, you know, you can point to something. Although that performance that happened so long ago should not be keeping the person in the squad. I'm not saying that performance should be keeping the person in the squad. But the point I'm making that you cannot even find one such performance when it comes to Manny Mangu. So she should not be in it. But she's a reserve wicket keeper. So I don't think Shemaine Campbell was dropped for her, because last year Shemaine Campbell was good. She has not been doing so good this year, but I don't think we have a better wicket keeper for the women team in the West Indies than Shemaine Campbell. I think she's our best wicket keeper. So I would never drop her. I would never drop Shemaine. I would never drop Shemaine Campbell. So so here's an update on the score. I got an update from the score. So Homewood 158 for 9. So they are 40 runs behind with what the last pair at the crease. So Stets were able to recover from 55 for 5 and made 198. And now Homewood is 158 for 9. So they are 40 runs behind. So they would want that match have progressed quite quickly. It's a 3-day match. So if Homewood can, it's going to be a second innings match. Definitely going to be a second innings match. If Homewood can probably say, get another 20, 25 for that last wicket partnership and trailing by 15, then it generally become a second innings match. So almost 158 for 9 in reply to St. Elizabeth technical 198 all out in the first innings of semi-final 1 of the Headley Cup. You know, so the rain still falling. I have no idea when this rain will stop falling. So if you want to ask me some questions about women cricket, I will answer them. I'm not going to be answering men cricket. So because we have no idea when this game will restart. No idea. We saw the rain coming down. We saw the covers coming out. Women cricket coming up tonight. Oh. So so West Indies 40 runs behind on the Duckworth Lewis. 40 runs behind on the Duckworth Lewis. So we need not worry about that. 40 runs behind on the Duckworth Lewis. I don't know, but I could just take a break, play. Well, these musics are so tired. So I can't even, as if I had some fresh music. I know comments are coming through. So, all right. So Mikel, I really hope that you were going to tell me something, Mikel, that stood out that we can work with, you know. Mikel, I really hope you were going to tell me something, like the Shanisha Hector Etihad, the the you know, tell me some. Mikel Douglas, why are you doing that to the young lady, man? Why are you doing that to the young lady? Boy, you're terrible, Mikel. You must be doing that to the young lady, man. Um, a matter of fact, those averages surprised me, because I never know that she was in double figures in any of the format. That means that she has improved. Because the last time I checked, she must have improved. You know, she must have improved for the last time that I check. Yes. I can't remember anything special about her. She has only 1.5 centuries in both format in regional cricket. That, yeah. Is it Roxanne Gray says Stet's going to win? Ah, I don't want to say that yet, but it's very likely because Stet's a big team, Stet's were the first set of news came out that Stet's were 55 for 5 and Manchester was 9 for 1. That was like the first set of news that we heard. Because everybody expect us Stet's. Well, most persons expect us Stet's Manchester final. I wonder if I could get Sheldon Price, the Taki coach. It would be interesting if we could get Sheldon Price, the coach of Taki, to speak to us. We should have made that arrangement, man. Call the gentleman from Issa. I wonder if we could get through. Because that would be lovely if we could get all 4 coaches to speak to us. Sheldon Price from Taki. Who's the coach of Manchester? Barry Barnes and Carl Wright for Stets. And Omod Odin Brown. Excelsior. What Brown is that gentleman name again? I should get these guys to speak to me. But Roxanne Gray is very likely. I wouldn't bet against Stets winning. But I'm hoping that Ormond will probably goes to at least get another 25 runs, close the gap on first innings, and then try to see if they can chase them probably 150, 160 in the second innings. You know, I'm hoping. But we're not getting any word from here yet. Not getting any word. Don't know what's going on. Can't say. I can't say. You know, the worst thing is to stop, and as soon as you stop the rains, they come back out. But I cannot just continue rambling along, and I don't know what's going on. So it was a pleasure being here. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. Have a very good night, everyone. Thank you for being here. And remember, if you have an event, a wedding, a sports day, a cricket game, and so on, and you want it to be streamed, contact DMS Sports at thecricketforumja.com. And I want to big up all the Patreon members. You know, these are the Cricket Forum members, those members on the Cricket Forum Club. Big up to all the members of the Cricket Forum Club. We appreciate you, and we look forward to your continued support. So have a good evening. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. It was a pleasure being here with you. Bye.